In a dramatic revelation that has sent shockwaves through the music world, Ringo Starr, the heartbeat of the Beatles, finally breaks his silence on how Yoko Ono's presence drove the legendary band to its breaking point. Yoko Ono's avant-garde ideas clashed with the Beatles' traditional approach, causing heated arguments and deep resentment. Ringo's heartfelt confession paints a poignant picture of a band torn apart by personal and creative differences, forever altering the course of music history. At the age of 84, Ringo's recent confession sheds light on the escalating tensions within the Beatles during their final years. He describes a band once united by their love for music, now fragmented by personal conflicts and external influences. Ono's presence in the studio was a significant source of friction. Ringo recounts numerous instances where Ono's suggestions and interventions disrupted the band's creative process, leading to heated arguments and growing resentment. Yoko Ono, who had become an inseparable part of John Lennon's life, was often present in the studio. Her presence alone was enough to change the dynamic, but it was her active participation that truly sowed discord. From his early days as a promising young musician, Sir Richard Starkey MBE, known professionally as Ringo Starr, blossomed into a global icon, captivating millions with his extraordinary talent and infectious personality. Even at 84, Ringo's energy is nothing short of miraculous. He not only healed from numerous personal struggles but also inspired a generation with his resilience and undying passion for music. Today, Ringo remains a symbol of resilience and passion because, from the tender age of 6, Ringo began experiencing health problems that would see him spending significant chunks of his childhood in and out of hospitals. He suffered from appendicitis, which led to a ruptured appendix and subsequent peritonitis, a life-threatening condition. The recovery process was grueling, keeping him in the hospital for nearly a year. His frequent hospitalizations meant Ringo missed large portions of his education, leaving him behind his peers. Yet, this isolation also had a silver lining. It was during these periods of convalescence that Ringo's affinity for music began to take root. The radio became his constant companion, and the rhythms and melodies that flowed from it captured his imagination. Ringo's fascination with the drums began when he was just a teenager. It all started when he joined the hospital band during one of his longer stays at the Royal Liverpool Children's Hospital. The experience of playing in a band, even a makeshift one within hospital walls, ignited a passion in him. The drums, with their primal beats and ability to drive the rhythm of a song, fascinated him. He realized that through drumming, he could express himself in ways words never could. Once he was well enough to leave the hospital, Ringo continued to nurture his love for drumming. He was determined to pursue his dreams, despite the odds stacked against him. His stepfather, Harry Graves, recognized his passion and bought him his first drum kit. This act of kindness was pivotal. It provided Ringo with the tools he needed to hone his craft and set him on a path that would eventually lead him to stardom. By the late 1950s, Ringo was playing with local bands, honing his skills and gaining experience. He joined Rory Storm and the Hurricanes, one of Liverpool's top bands at the time. This period was crucial for his development as a musician. The Hurricanes were a popular act in Liverpool and Hamburg, Germany, where they played extended residencies. These gigs were rigorous, demanding long hours of performance, but they were instrumental in sharpening Ringo's drumming skills and stage presence. Ringo's unique drumming style began to take shape during these formative years. He developed a steady, unflashy, and reliable beat that perfectly complemented the band's sound. His approach was not about showing off technical prowess, but about serving the music and maintaining a solid rhythm, a quality that would become his trademark. In 1962, Ringo Starr's journey took a significant turn when he was invited to join the Beatles, replacing their previous drummer, Pete Best. His steady, reliable drumming style and his easygoing personality made him the perfect fit for the band. Ringo Starr, the boy who spent so much of his childhood in hospital beds dreaming of rhythms and melodies, was now on his way to becoming a global icon. Joining the Beatles, Ringo Starr's drumming became the heartbeat of the band. His innovative style, characterized by its steady beats and creative fills, was integral to the band's success. The Beatles' rise to global fame was meteoric, with hits like Hey Jude, Let It Be, and Come Together becoming anthems for generations. The narrative of the Beatles took a dramatic turn when Yoko Ono, a Japanese multimedia artist, singer, songwriter, and peace activist, entered the picture. John Lennon's relationship with her was intense and all-consuming, reshaping the dynamics within the band. Ono, known for her avant-garde art and unconventional approach to life, was seen as an outsider by many fans and even some band members. Her unique perspective on art and life often clashed with the more traditional views of the other Beatles, creating an underlying tension. Ono's influence over Lennon was undeniable. She became his confidante, collaborator, and muse, leading Lennon to increasingly distance himself from his bandmates. Her presence in the studio was a constant reminder of this shift. Furthermore, the growing closeness between Lennon and Ono also led to resentment and unease among the other members. McCartney, who had always been a co-leader with Lennon, felt particularly alienated. The band's creative process, once a seamless blend of their collective talents, became fraught with disagreements and power struggles. The unity that had propelled them to global stardom was slowly eroding, setting the stage for the eventual breakup of the world's most famous band. Ringo recalls a particularly tense moment during the recording of the White Album. Ono's constant presence and input made the atmosphere in the studio toxic. Her attempts to influence Lennon's artistic decisions were seen as intrusive by the other members. The band, already dealing with the pressures of fame and the burden of living up to their enormous success, found themselves further divided. Ringo speaks of the growing frustration and the feeling of being undermined, which was palpable during these sessions. The situation reached a boiling point during the recording of the White Album. Ringo reveals how Ono's constant presence and her attempts to influence Lennon's artistic decisions created an atmosphere of distrust and hostility. The band members, once close friends, were now at odds with each other. Ringo's emotional recounting of these events highlights the deep scars left by this tumultuous period. The recording of the White Album was marked by a series of disagreements that highlighted the deepening rifts within the band. Ringo's departure from the band for a brief period during these sessions was a testament to the unbearable tension. He felt unappreciated and sidelined as the band struggled to navigate the new dynamics introduced by Ono's presence. His return to the band, at Lennon's urging, did little to alleviate the underlying issues. Ringo's confession sheds light on the emotional toll these conflicts took on him. He speaks of the heartbreak of seeing friendships erode and the band he loved disintegrate. The once tight-knit group was now fractured, with members pursuing their own interests and agendas. The trust that had been the foundation of their success was gone, replaced by suspicion and resentment. In the end, Ringo Starr's recent revelations offer a poignant and emotional insight into the final years of the Beatles. The band's journey from unity to division, exacerbated by Ono's presence, serves as a reminder of the fragility of even the strongest bonds. Ringo's candid recounting of these tumultuous times highlights the deep scars left by the band's disintegration, scars that still linger decades later. Beyond the band's internal strife, Ringo faced his own personal battles. His struggle with alcoholism and subsequent journey to sobriety is a testament to his resilience. Despite the chaos around him, Ringo managed to find his path to recovery, emerging stronger and more determined than ever. Ringo's confession not only reignites the debate about Ono's role in the Beatles' breakup but also offers a poignant insight into the emotional toll it took on him and his bandmates. The revelation that Ono's influence was a catalyst for the band's disintegration is both shocking and heartbreaking. Reflecting on his journey, Ringo acknowledges the pain and struggles but also celebrates the triumphs and unforgettable moments that defined his life and career. Ringo Starr's story is one of resilience, passion, and redemption. His recent confession about Yoko Ono's role in the Beatles' breakup adds a new layer of complexity to his narrative. Yet, through all the turmoil, Ringo's spirit remains unbroken, a testament to his enduring legacy as one of the greatest drummers of all time. What's your most adored Ringo Starr moment? Share your favorite memories in the comments below.